Tonight we're presenting two perspectives in sequence. First, Julie's on-record statements, respect, outreach, and a new friction point, then Jay's response arc on urgency, boundaries, and community impact. This is a transformed critique, short, contextual clips, opinion versus fact clearly labeled, private info masked. Allegations are the speaker's claims.
Like, I feel things like with me and Jay aren't quite settled because I haven't had the chance. Well, I texted her to talk, and I haven't heard from her about actually talking one-on-one. And I think that would be the most helpful thing, to just kind of make sure like the air is totally clear, because, you know, up until this, because I saw, and I want Jay to talk to me, but she's not talking to me. And I said in my live stream the other day, I would love for her to talk to me. I don't know if it got back to her or not, but she won't. And but she's changed up her opening to, maybe it was an older opening that she's using again, and seems to have slowed it down, that she has me in the middle between Brittany, Bullhorn Betty, Nick the Hat, and I just enjoy her personality. She's been, you know, a friend. And I've been grateful. And I definitely say, what do I say about her? Like, she's a pro. That's how I describe her.
Yes.
I constantly say, like, she's so professional. She has, you know, she's got her shit together. In other words, I would say that of all the people on YouTube, like, I would say Jay is the person I mention the most to you.
Yes, 100%.
And it's always, you know, saying how much I like you. Yeah, it was great together. It was funny. It was hysterical. She's a terrific comedy partner, frankly, you know, because we worked it out. Like, I gave her some questions to ask me before when I was doing Kayak Lady, and she does it perfect. It's like, you know, when you have in a comedy routine with two people, you have what they call like the straight man, and then, you know, the comic, whatever, like somebody who's feeding the lines, and they're being like the straight guy, you know, like being serious, like asking the questions, and the other person being interviewed is being kind of ridiculous in their answers and stuff like that. And she was a terrific partner in that. But not just that. I don't know, whatever. But let me go back and look at some of what you guys were saying. Voices did not have to do that. It was rude, but I just want to make sure everybody knew. I should not have done given the finger, flipping the bird. That was a first for me on a live stream, and I apologize for doing that. And it was not directed to the whole chat. Right now, like, I feel things like with me and Jay aren't quite settled because I haven't had the chance. Well, I texted her to talk, and I haven't heard from her about actually talking one-on-one. And I think that would be the most helpful thing, to just kind of make sure like the air is totally clear, because, you know, up until this recent week, it was, you know, like, I admire Jay. She was my friend. She has been so kind, so generous, so welcoming and protective of me. And I thought of her like a really good friend, like really sincerely, and never did I would ever want her to be upset with me this way. So give her time, not Julie. Not everyone works on your schedule. Patience. Right, Sam Brown. Unfortunately, things happen. I'm sure things will work themselves out if that is what you both want. Well, that's the question. I mean, it's what I want. I don't know if she wants it, so it's hard to know. But, you know, go up. Let me see. Jay is here. Jay, are you here? I do want to talk to Jay. Every day with Jay is here. I'm sorry. Here. I was dropping links in my live last night, and I could have come up. Yeah, I was like upset last night because it was whatever, and you're right. And but I do want to talk. I did send you texts, and I do want to talk. I think if we could talk one-on-one, it could help clear the air. But I also want you to know that you were not here. Can you summarize? I was very not ambivalent, but like I was very conflicted about should I do it? Should I talk about this? Shouldn't I talk about this? And I went to Al this morning and I talked to him, right?
Mhm.
And what did you say to me?
I encouraged you to go out live and talk about it.
Yeah, he was like, just address it. Listen, Gray Pearl, I'm trying. I'm reaching out. I am reaching out. Okay. I have reached out, not to her directly because she has made it very clear she does not want to speak to me, but I have reached out. I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you who I sent this to. Let me tell you what I sent an email to somebody. Okay. Maybe Jay will hear it. I won't say who it went to. This was yesterday morning. It's upsetting to me because I thought we were friends and I admire her and I think she's a pro and I had tons of fun and I don't understand. Here, this is an email I wrote. I'm not saying who I sent it to. This is somebody who she knows and I know. I'm asking you, to this person that we both know, or talk to, like, who could reach her. I thought maybe if they would, but they haven't responded yet. But I sent it late in the afternoon yesterday. I didn't send it yesterday morning. It was afternoon. Here, I see it. It's the afternoon. I'm humbly asking you for help. I'm showing you what I'm reading, okay? I'm really sad about how things are with me and Jay, and in parentheses, and how it's affected lots of things, relationships, etc. Close parentheses. I admire Jay, and I felt we were, underlined, really friends. I adored Jay, working, having fun, and laughing with her on the daily. I don't know how things went so wrong so fast. I am sorry for hurting her, and I would have told her myself personally and privately, but she said a month ago now she doesn't want to speak to me. I wish it could be worked out somehow. I am a sensitive person, and I easily admit I am hurt by this situation. I'm not pretending that I don't care. I do care. I guess this is me asking the person who we both know. I guess I am asking if you could please do me this personal kindness to help if there is some way you can think of to mend this. I am open to any ideas or thoughts you have. Writing with all my sincerity, Julie. I haven't heard back from this mutual friend. And it's just, I'm trying to get them to see if she would be willing to have a conversation with me. I'm talking about Jay right now. That's all. And, but she's changed up her opening to, maybe it was an older opening that she's using again, and seems to have slowed it down, that she has me in the middle between Brittany, Bullhorn Betty, Nick the Hat, and Crime Time Buzz, and Tony Mathis, Smiley, and me. And the part about me has been slowed down and extended. And the verb, the lyrics to that song is the grifters and whatever. Brittany J's live Bullhorn Betty screaming out loud, all the grifters, blah, blah, blah. And it's talking about grifters and all this shit, right? Oh, and tragedy and the tragedy, pimps and the grifters and this. These are the lyrics. And she shows me on the screen for a longer period of time now in the middle of all these people. Well, I am not a grifter. In the entire time that I was criticizing, right? This is the only thing I'm saying because I am crying and she did mention it. And she wrote in the chat, cue the crying video in 3, 2, 1, like about me. Like right after this was said, I'm gonna make a video crying, right, to get sympathy, I guess is the implication there. It's even upsetting for Jay because she absolutely being attacked by BJ hard. Yes, she is. And even getting strikes repeatedly on her channel. Yes, she is. That adds to her stress, especially. Yeah, it was great together. It was funny. It was hysterical. She's a terrific comedy partner, frankly, because we worked it out. Like I gave her some questions to ask me before when I was doing Kayak Lady, and she does it perfect. It's like, when you have in a comedy routine with two people, you have what they call like the straight man, and then the comic, whatever, like somebody who's feeding the lines, and they're being like the straight guy, like being serious, like asking the questions, and the other person being interviewed is being kind of ridiculous in their answers and stuff like that. And she was a terrific partner in that. But not just that. I don't know, whatever. But let me go back and look at some of what you guys were saying. Voices did not have to do that. It was rude, but I just want to make sure everybody knew. I should not have done given the finger, flipping the bird. That was a first for me on a live stream, and I apologize for doing that. And it was not directed to the whole chat.
Up next, Jay's side. Listen for the Act Now $5,000 claims, why boundaries were set, and how panelists weigh intent versus impact. Where no receipts are shown, we mark it as opinion or allegation and invite documentation. First, the arc, urgency, money, and limits. You'll hear claims about do it now and $5,000 today, alongside the host's repeated boundaries and refusal to pursue takedowns. These are on-stream statements. Where no receipts are shown, we label them as opinion or allegation.
The elephant in the room, if you will. And I felt that I needed to get this off my chest because I don't normally go against my inner judgment, my intuition. And there's just been a lot of fuck shit since Thursday. And I wanted to kind of, just kind of explain to my viewers what's going on. Why are we at this point where live streams are being fired up and I'm the focal point of it. So just in a nutshell, last week, Skolnik texted Clue and I, right? And this is known already, but I'm just going to sum everything up in my perspective because I really don't feel comfortable getting on a phone call or sending any texts at this point because it seems like everything I say gets misconstrued and used to fire up another live stream. And I'm kind of over it, if you will. So that's why I'm doing this publicly because she chose to, do her thing publicly. So I really don't want to get on the phone or text. I really don't want to. I'm uncomfortable with it. And I'm not going to go against what I feel inside. Okay. Because the biggest mistakes that I've made in my life was when I ignored what was inside. And I'm not going to do that. And I'm not here to bash her. I don't hate Julie. I have no. Don't get this wrong. This is not a Julie bash fest. This is not about me hating Julie and there being a feud. And I think that that's been kind of the talk here is that there's people think we're feuding, and there's just no feud here. I just need to get out how I feel, and I don't feel comfortable doing that on a phone call or a text at this moment, because I think that it's going to be misconstrued if the wrong thing is said. And I just can't walk on eggshells. So here, I feel very comfortable stating my feelings without feeling like I'm going to be gaslit, if that makes sense. Hey, irate Alex. And I'm not over here taking it out on anybody. So let's just make that abundantly clear. Anyway, I think Julie got excited thinking we needed to act now. She sent me and Clue the text saying, hey, I think we should get this lawyer. I think that we need to act now. Da 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 da. And thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Tebow. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just saying, it's like people like to say, oh, it's she's overwhelmed. She's, got caregiver burnout. She was just in Vegas. Like, that woman's not isolated. So, like, people go in there and they just give her the more ammo. And that's what I've been seeing and hearing about and getting messages about. And that's why I need to get myself in my story out there, because I feel now that I have to defend myself, and I don't like that. So anyhow, she sends the text. She doesn't get the response in the time that she wanted. As a matter of fact, she doesn't get a response from Clue at all. And I texted her on the side and I said, give Clue time. And all of this is true. Give Clue time. As a matter of fact, Clue was even live at that time. And I told her, like, I'm not at that point. I don't want to take anyone's channel. I don't want anybody's channel to go away, because in my eyes, everybody has the right to have a channel. Even Nick the Hat. Like it or hate it. That is my thoughts. I don't want to spend thousands to take down Brittany J. But I get where she was saying, I thought they were going to take, your channels and da 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 da. So I think, I don't know. So then the weekend passes. I can't. I like Julie, but I just can't. I seriously bent over backwards so that people would give her a chance, because I thought her personality was funny. I thought she's a kind-hearted person, and she is. But the shenanigans I can't deal with. I'm running 2 YouTube channels. I have a daughter getting married. I have something else major going on with a family member of mine. And I fucking can't take it on. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not saying she's not welcome here. I can't get involved like that. It's too much. So, overreacting on someone who's been the best to you out of everyone here, I will never wrap my brain around that. I mean, I'm doing what I can. Plus I have, kids. I have a grandkid. I have a husband. I have, life. I have to eat. I have to sleep. I have to have my own time as well. And I can't. Plus I got BJ fucking attacking my channel left and right, talking about how she's going to take the channel I built for 8 years. I can't do it. And I know she's sorry for putting me in that situation, or she said she's sorry. But if you were truly sorry, you would never have pumped up a live today and went on about it again. And then after I was in the chat, kept going on about it. Even after I left, going on about it, because I saw it in my Discord. And then going on about how it was a bash session in Clues. It's just, it's nuts. And I don't know why this happened. I don't know. So that everybody understands where I'm coming from. because I really didn't get a chance to even, think about what was sent to me. Like, hey, let's cough up $5,000 today and get her taken down. Like, do you think I have that kind of money? Like, I don't. Like, stop. What's going on? It's just, no. Hey, Evelyn, good to see you. Right. Right. So where do we go from here is what someone asked. Do you mean as far as me and Julie? I don't know this lawsuit shit. And that's why, like, the whole thing, I know you don't know the Julie lady we were talking about, but that's where that whole thing kind of blew up from. It was like, we need to do this now, and we need to have $5,000 now, and we need to do this. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it, lady. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not how I handle things. Like, I'm over here playing bingo, doing my thing, and I'm not getting dirty like that.
Next, a clarification on intent. A speaker asks that earlier remarks not be read as attacks on Julie, and the host reiterates personal boundaries without hate. We preserve these disclaimers for fairness and context.
Like, that's the part of this that doesn't make sense. Like, these people are
her.
Yeah,
right.
It makes no sense.
But like because as a sub, I mean, I use my picture, my name. Like, I've been on here a long time. A lot of people know who I am, so I'm of the mindset where it's already out there. I'm not gonna dox myself, whatever. So I put pictures, like real pictures, as my avatar. Not right here, but in chat. And I started to get worried because I was like, holy fuck. Like, I live in the same town as these people. Like, it adds a little bit of a different layer.
Getting on the phone and friends talk, not go live about it. Right. And now it's like, I have to explain how we got to this place because she's over there, acting like someone just killed her dog or something. And I'm in the chat going, what the fuck's going on? It's just crazy. I have no words. Nonsense, what's up?
Here, the room weighs in passion versus impact. Panelists credit good intentions while raising concerns about harsher posts, agency phone numbers, and a broadly litigious tone. Treat these as opinions unless supported by verifiable documentation.
Appreciate you and know that you don't have a malicious bone in your body.
No, I don't. I really don't. Like, I don't want anybody to go down, that's just not, I don't get off on that shit.
On the other hand, I don't think that there was any, I don't think there's any malicious intent from Julie. I think she's very funny, very sweet, but I think she's very passionate.
Mm-hmm.
I think is the word, very passionate. And I think that passion sometimes can cloud.
Overflow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can cloud decision making. So, and that's.
I agree. I mean, I hope that she takes this, if she does listen to it, I hope that she does take it and like self-reflect, because I don't have any disdain for her.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it was handled wrong, and I'm just not comfortable. Like,
I've been watching you and like, I've always liked you. There's times I've disagreed with you. Obviously, there's,
sure.
You keep, okay. But here's how I felt about Julie. Okay, when we all kind of first started watching her because she was crying and then and some of the things she was saying was just berserko. All right, so and then I know that you kind of went back and watched some of her videos with Spencer, and I did too. And I felt, my heart felt for her. And I was thinking, she's a caretaker and she's got, a lot of issues that she has to deal with that most of us don't.
Right.
And I thought that she, instead of what, at first I thought she was using Spencer as, I didn't like the way she was having him on. But when I got back and understood that she was saying, he's a person, he has his rights to be on the bus or at the park, and he may not act like everybody else's kids.
Yes, that hit me hard. Yeah, that hit me, and that made me
too. I thought, well, if that was my kid, why can't my kid be Just because they're having their episode, they still have a right to be in the grocery store.
Yep.
And I thought that what she does in that capacity is making people more aware and of how that is for everyone. I thought that is really good, and I think that I admire her for that. When she got into the true crime thing, I think, of course, she got mixed in with, manipulated and mixed in with the wrong people. Okay, we all kind of saw that.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's happened to the best of us creators.
Yes, exactly. And I know that a lot of people in the beginning were way hard on Katie and Chris and whatever. I've always just kind of said, just wait and see. Let's see evidence, not your feelings on people's, guilt or not. Let's not have a witch hunt and have, them scared to go home. Because we don't know. Like the two roommates in Idaho, they didn't have anything to do with it, but they sure as hell paid a lot of price for the people who went after them. Okay, so I think we all kind of need to settle on that. Here's who to call. Here's the phone numbers. Here's the name of the person to that's not helpful, because you look at the comments below it and, oh, thank you, Julie. I need to call them. Well, no, you don't need to call them, and she doesn't need to post it. It's, we all know that it will be handled in their community by the people in their community if there is anything that needs to be handled. And all of this stuff just makes it worse for everybody that's in litigation with BJ and anybody that she's proposing to put in litigation, because she uses that kind of crap as ammo. She does every night. So those things are not helpful. So I think that Julie would be much better if she stuck to her activism for children with autism and can, and do that, and instead of getting over here. And as far as the skits go, I know a lot of you guys think it's funny. Maybe I don't think it's funny because of how I feel about the other things she's done. But to me, it's just like anytime I see her doing her skits, I just like click through, because it's not gonna be funny to me.
Right.
She's very litigious, and we've already seen she's going after this person, going after that person. She's going to get a lawyer for this. She's going to get the counsel of this on them. And it's not just, Brittany. It's also anybody. And you say that she's
you have to be, well, yeah, you have to be careful, because people, and I'm sorry, I mean, this is obvious, but people who will do that for what they say are their friends will do a lot of things, and that scares me.
Finally, a callback where Julie's name functions as a context tag for wider drama. No new conduct is evidenced in this section. We include it to show how her name is invoked in broader narratives, not as proof of additional actions.
These people are just protecting their grift, bro. When Loon told me why she was mad at Cletus, I still ain't got over that. Like, when you're mad at somebody,
why was she mad at Cletus?
Because he shook a hand. Because he shook a hand of a person that she was trying to grift off of, but he was trying to get too close to him.
Well, pay fucking attention, Moon. They've been on this panel for almost 3 years. That's what Cletus does.
Based on all three streams, the friendship didn't snap over one moment. It unraveled when a hard push to act now and raise $5,000 met Jay's boundaries. The dispute moved from private messages to public lives, and new label/content concerns turned irreparable rift into a break. Through line, both sides still voice admiration and a wish to de-escalate. What changed? A new dispute and a more public outreach. What remains? Questions about urgency, labels, and boundaries. If receipts exist, send them, we'll update. Until then, treat claims as opinion, keep private info masked, and keep the conversation civil.